I know some people haven't ever worked with carbon fiber, and maybe carbon fiber is a little bit scary. But let me show you here what I've been doing. Grab this piece of scrap. This is the carbon fiber 5HS that I purchased. You can see that this satin is super flexible and super easy to maneuver. And it's just like any other fiberglass cloth, except it's not compatible with polyester, so you have to use epoxy resins, which isn't a big deal since the costs are nearly the same at this point in time. But this piece wetted down, I could easily do a finger. The pieces slide such that I could even do a layup like this without a problem. And I'll turn this around and show you here. This curve on my rudder is a single piece, a single strip of carbon fiber that I just put in as reinforcement, because in this area of my rudder there's a big notch that was cut out. So I filled the notch. I used this is Total Boat Total Fair, so it's an epoxy filler putty, and I rebuilt the damage in the notch and cleaned up the edge. So I put this first layer, wrapped it around this curve, and covered up that repair, and then I took this second strip to reinforce the edge, and you can see how this rather complex curve came out very, very nice. On the other side, it was actually more difficult because the damage was directly to the bottom of the rudder. So there was a notch out right here in the rudder. So I did the same thing. I cleaned it up, I filled it in and reshaped it with Total Fair, and then I took this inner piece of fiberglass, of carbon fiber fiberglass, laid it on this side, cut a little split in the end so that I could get a tighter curve. The trick with these curves is actually getting, if you look here, there's some curves in the fabric. To get these curves, you actually slide the fabric in and get the weave to change shape. And changing the shape of that weave allows me to do most of a 180-degree curve with a single piece of fabric. And then I put a second piece of fabric over half of it just to reinforce the area of the repair. And in this case, this is 3K5HS, so it's a 5 satin with 3,000 strands of fiber. I got a really good deal on it, so I'm doing everything in it. I even do very small patches in it. If we look up here behind me, that's just a single layer patch that I then floated over with fairing compound in order to make it look nice. Everything I do is in carbon fiber only because I have the carbon fiber. If I didn't get a great deal on carbon fiber, I'd probably be doing a lot of this in like 1708 or just a simple biaxial. But this carbon fiber satin, there is twill and there is satin. This satin, the weave is loose enough that once it's wet, I can push the weave, change the shape of the weave in order for the fibers to stay tight against incredibly complex curves. So if this is something interesting to you, just let me know in the comments, or look up carbon fiber. Fiberglast is a good company, composite something or another. If you Google it, you'll find it. But it works really easy, it works really well, and when I have a curve like these rudders, it's not actually a whole lot of work to lay that in there and redo that. Now that I've sanded the edges and smoothed it out and hit it with acetone to clean all the waxes off the surface, I'm going to mix up some more filler putty, and I'm just going to float that with the thinnest layer I can put on in order to make it smooth, and then it's ready to paint. And the other thing that's ready to paint, we're changing the water line because we didn't know where it would land with our new engines and stuff, and we didn't get it right. We were off by quite a bit. So within a few days we'll be back in the water, and maybe I'll have some time to edit and post these videos, but that's the reason we're out. We're out to do these rudder repairs, and the rudder repairs are essentially done. They'll paint today or tomorrow, and Thursday, this is the 13th of June, so Thursday we should get back in the water, and we'll be ready to go. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.